Hey guys, this is Shane and welcome to my Curator of the Lost channel. Today, I want to ask you a question about your online business, your book selling ventures. And that question is, what is your SWOT? What is your SWOT analysis? Have you done it? Have you considered it? So, hey, if you don't know what a SWOT is, I'll explain to you. It's SWOT. I'll explain it and I will go through how it can help you for your online business, whether it's book selling like what I do or whatever that is. There's some good instructive things that we can all take away from thinking about what is your SWOT. So before I jump in, I want to say thank you. Thanks for the continued channel support, for subscribing if you're new, long-time subscribers, new subscribers. Thanks for the views, the comments, the support, the likes, all that stuff that helps with all the algorithms and all the stuff on YouTube. I just sincerely appreciate it. And hey, we'll just keep on doing this and see what happens. So let's get back to the question. Do you know what a SWOT is? Again, SWOT. It's a concept that you can use in your business and management of your business. And it stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So again, strength, weakness, opportunity, and threats. And the process you need to go through for your business, and this is a common tool that's used to understand kind of where you are, where you need to go, is to evaluate your strengths, opportunities, weakness, and threats. So, for example, strengths. Like for me, in my book selling, some of my strengths are, hey, I understand books. I get it. I have a pretty good eye for it. I understand when I look at books what can sell. It's from experience. It's from years of having it as a hobby and years of book selling. That's a strength of mine. Another strength I have is or strength for my book selling business is I live in an area where I have plentiful books. I have thrift stores, library bookstores, estate sales in an area of North Alabama that there's a lot of people that are, I guess getting rid of books, have books. I don't live in an area where it's hard to find these things. And quite frankly, when I find them, my prices are pretty good. So I'm not living in one of these areas where you guys, experience $3 and $4 and $5 and $6 books. I'm getting books generally for 50 cents, $1, $1.50. And so I have good profit potential and a good source material. So those are strengths for me. Now, weaknesses for me could be, for me personally, it's just time. I do this on a part-time basis. I have a full-time day job and I really get behind. And on a personal level, the listing part's really hard for me. So, it's just, I can get a death pile that it just gets, out of control. And of course that's stupid because it's locked up resources, it's locked up capital, it's missed opportunity, all those things. So for me, that's a really big weakness for me is my time and probably some of my habits. Okay. Opportunities for me, I think I have seized on an opportunity was I was 100% of an eBay seller. And I've recently, like 6 weeks ago, 1st of May, 2022, got into Amazon selling. So I'm expanding my sales channels. So that was an opportunity that I recognized. And really on the threat front, I think we all as sellers, there are some very common threats. On the sourcing side, you can have your good sources. You can have a store go out of business, more competition, inflation, all of those are threats. But that's on the sourcing side. On the selling side, I think our biggest threat is always that if you get crosswise with the eBay platform or the Amazon platform, whether that's, by mistake or error or ignorance, you get booted off that platform, that would devastate, we would lose our sales channels. So what I would recommend is you get a piece of paper and you go and you write, do a quad and you write strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. and you do it as kind of a quad, because what you're looking for is the thought process is, once you fill this out, is you want to look at your strengths and you want to say, how I want to make sure I keep those strengths. I don't want to lose them. I don't want something to change, and I want to make sure I protect those strengths. Then you look at your weaknesses and you say, what do I need to do to turn these weaknesses into strengths? So for me, it's probably setting, one of my weaknesses, like I said, was, my time, and then, kind of get a bad habit of not listing daily and not, getting it too big of a death pile. So for me, how I turn that weakness into a strength is probably to look at my processes, okay? And maybe even I need to put myself on restriction from buying every now and then, to just, to reinforce this. But maybe what I should do is, on my weaknesses, is if I establish processes or a specific time of day, whether it's with my morning coffee or, as I'm first get home, or, a certain day of the week, this is my listing time. This is the time that I take care of these things. And by looking at that process and establishing process and staying onto it, I could actually turn that weakness into a strength, okay? Opportunities are the things that you identify that you are actionable items that you need to make sure that you have a plan and that you can follow through on. For you, it could be you really need to find other sources. You need to expand out of your comfort zone from your geographic area or from your thrift stores. Maybe you need to put out some ads on Facebook Marketplace. Maybe you need to hit an estate sale or a flea market, or maybe it's, if you're a bookseller, you need to look at other media like CDs and DVDs. What are the opportunities? You're seeing all these in your store. Identify those opportunities, and then from that, have actionable items that you can follow through on to execute on those opportunities, and they can also be turned into strengths, okay? And then threats. Threats are the ones that you want to what can you do to protect yourself and to minimize or eliminate those threats as much as possible, and potentially even turn those threats into opportunities, but it's really more of a protective thing. So that's it. When you do the SWOT, you should think about your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, and your threats. List those out and have that mindset of, how can I keep my strengths strong and keep growing in that area? How can I turn my weaknesses into strengths? What are my opportunities, and what are my actionable items, things I need to do to make those opportunities be realized? And then understand your threats and how you can reduce risk and reduce, maybe even transform those threats or eliminate them completely. So that's how you do a SWOT analysis, okay? Do this analysis, take the time and do it and think about it. It will improve your business. It will improve your ultimate online sales and profitability. And especially if you're doing this as not just as a hobby or side gig, if you're doing this as a main, source of your money and of your livelihood, you absolutely need to do this, because this is not something you're doing for fun. This is real. It's real business. And take the time and do this. Have this thought process, and it'll lead you to more success. So anyway, if you hadn't thought about it, there it is. Do your SWOT analysis, and always remember, see cool, buy cool. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.